the culture war of the West. Are you red pill, blue pill, alpha male, feminist, misogynist, traditionalist? What's your prejudice? What do you believe? Is it true? Where's the evidence? Whose flaws do you condemn? Who's at fault? Which cult? Is it us or them? Cause to the world there ain't no in between, so I suppose you pick a side and represent the extreme. Born into a recession and technological advances, a boy's life begins with no societal stances. The world is what it is, with no thought of what it could be. Tell the frontal cortex, lets him know he needs some pussy. The adolescent male then plots and schemes on a scenario that plays out like Cole's wet dreams. He wants sex desperately by any means necessary. 7th grade, his friends all scored already, and it seems that he's doomed and may never accomplish the goal. Loneliness has got his mind going out of control while he scrolls to find the most extreme porn videos. Throughout his teens, the fear of staying a virgin only grows. In high school, he's nervous round the girls, never composed. When trying to flirt, his lack of game is very often exposed. Figures the way to make a change is to posture and pose like them upper class jocks the bitches always chose. So he begins to spend his money on the fanciest clothes and hit the gym to squat, bench, dip, curl, and roll. Still confused as to why he gets rejected with no's, unaware that his projected insecurity shows. He's watching pickup artists and Fresh and Fit podcasts. With every trick and tactic, he still ain't getting no ass. Every day he wakes up and thinks bitches at last, but every girl he tries to talk to just feels harassed. Now he's frustrated from the lack of results. It's got him going down the list of people who are at fault, because it ain't him. These hoes are just tripping, they don't give me a chance. Therefore the problem is women and things. These cunts couldn't get drafted into a war, so why the fuck did we give voting rights to these whores? I'm glad the court took away their bodily autonomy, cause God put them on earth to cook, clean, and swallow me. And now he's yelling, fuck bitches, they're inferior to men. I'm a top G, fed up with these feminazis. We ought to go back to the 50s when life was way better, when the country wasn't ran by woke liberal transgenders. Ironic that he's never put his dick in a bitch, but now parades himself around as a traditionalist, shaming women for being promiscuous, then jacking off to their profile pics. So vile and sick, just know he's pissed, cause he's never been on a date. So he watches alpha male versus feminist debates, acting like he's an expert on female traits, because his fucking brain's been rotten by Andrew Tate. The man's restlessly angry at the world. His whole life's been centered around fucking girls. With confidence and knowledge could have piped hella chicks, but to this day remains involuntary celibate. It's the culture war of the West. Are you red pill, blue pill, alpha male, feminist, misogynist, traditionalist? What's your prejudice? What do you believe? Is it true? Where's the evidence? Whose flaws do you condemn? Who's at fault? Which cult? Is it us or them? Cause to the world there ain't no in between, so I suppose you pick a side and represent the extreme. Born into an exploitative economy, a girl's life begins with no ideology, no understanding of feminism and misogyny, or if the system we live under is a meritocracy or not. For her it all begins like curly top Shirley Temple. She's young, happy, adorable, innocent, and special. Sports, spelling, music, drama, no matter where she went. So many people would tell her she was full of star potential. Anything she asked for, not a soul ever said no. Her looks equated to treatment that was preferential. Jealous peers thinking her life was sunshine and rainbows, unaware of the rape and assault that was done by several people, including faculty members and older stepbro. Volleyball coach, ex-boyfriend, and she never let no one know what happened, because the trauma she wanted to let go of, and the fear of legal pursuit being unsuccessful. So the men walked free. She blamed herself for all those horrific memories. Started to sleep around, behaving promiscuously, smoking weed, popping pills, and drinking regularly. At the time, anyone could get in between. The girl was 17, bodies at the age of 18. Around the school of dirty, nasty horrors, how she was seen. Fucking for validation was a daily routine. Graduated high school and on to college she goes, in a different state, surrounded by nobody she knows. Now intuition dead, thinking this economy blows. Trying to pay rent, but money's coming in too slow. And even with the degree, she'll make hardly as much as men do to an oppressive patriarchy. From her point of view, men have not only scarred her mentally, but also are the sole reason she ain't getting no dough. At this point, she's disgusted by the opposite sex, feeling robbed of a chance at equal economic success. She launches an OnlyFans, selling pics of her breasts, and overnight has made more than 3 weeks of paychecks. She unenrolls from university, fuck a CNA, when she can make twice as much selling TNA. Encouraged by other women to say, Queen Slay, be a bust up, bougie bad bitch and get paid. Now with all of this anonymous money that's being sent, she feels an overwhelming sense of empowerment. Look in her direction at the gym and your fate is set, when she labels you a creep and posts you on the internet. Ironic she's so entitled but has no self-respect, consistent validation but no time to reflect that she could use her platform to help women who are poor, but instead she gets richer off of being a whore. It's the culture war of the West. Are you red pill, blue pill, alpha male, feminist, misogynist, traditionalist? What's your prejudice? What do you believe? Is it true? Where's the evidence? Whose flaws do you condemn? Who's at fault? Which cult? Is it us or them? Cause Cause to the world there ain't no in between, so I suppose you pick a side and represent the extreme. A child is born with no knowledge or wisdom, blind to the ways of an internet algorithm, and how people are easily indoctrinated into blaming you for problems someone else created. Statistically, the dating marketplace is inflated. Record low numbers of people fucking despite that girls now be dressing half naked. Wealth inequality worse than the Gilded Age. Young people are filled with rage, confusion, anger, and hatred. 1/5 of the men fuck 4/5 of the girls. 1/10 of the globe has 4/5 of the wealth. So when we examine the problems of the Western youth, it's clear the reason why people have poor mental health. What determines a man's value is money and status. What determines a woman's value is who she can attract. So mostly rich men fuck hot girls, leaving 80% of men competing for 20% of girls. When you subtract, that leaves 60% not dating or getting married. People are broke, lonely, depressed, and would rather be buried. The youth screwed by older generations' wrongdoings. Now we're polarized and a culture war is ensuing. It's social media's fault though, blame technology, but never point the finger at a rigged economy, because that would expose the biggest hypocrisy. The fact that people who bitch about the problems we face are the biggest contributors to the problems that be. Masses are influenced by internet personalities who capitalize on people's insecurities to con them into buying bullshit they don't need. An example would be Hustlers University, convincing you it's the key to be financially free, telling you you're in the matrix and must escape from it, but the way you escape is to become part of it and get cucked digitally by a fuck who's greedy. It ain't no different than here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini. Self-help gurus in the manosphere, fake feminists who sell their bodies for a career. Both only see you as a pawn, somebody to scam with crypto and affiliate marketing programs, pyramid schemes. You're nothing but a Twitch donation, an OnlyFans subscription, a follower on the gram. Whether you worship them or hate them, they don't give a fuck about you long as they're living in luxury. It don't matter who's struggling. Alpha males and feminists have one thing in common: people suffering will often benefit their companies. The truth is, we live in a nation of lies. We're pushing propaganda for our livings incentivized. We're a culture war, is class warfare in disguise, and people that argue are secretly up on the same side. It's the culture war of the West. Are you red pill, blue pill, alpha male, feminist, misogynist, traditionalist? What's your prejudice? What do you believe? Is it true? Where's the evidence? Whose flaws do you condemn? Who's at fault? Which cult? Is it us or them? Cause to the world there ain't no in between, so I suppose you pick a side and represent the extreme.